8.2a is on graphing quadratics in intercept form, otherwise known as factored form. So we want to be able to graph a quadratic on a coordinate plane or an xy axis, just like we did in Unit 1 with linear equations. So a quadratic, remember, that's in the shape of a parabola. So a parabola is this arch shape or U shape. So unlike linear equations from semester 1 that were straight lines, parabolas are always going to be this arch or U shape. Here's some vocabulary. So parabola, right, we're using intercept or factored form, right, where we have y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. So you are going to need to factor in order to graph these. Pause the video and read through the rest of the vocabulary. So let's practice graphing. So we want to graph x squared plus 2x equals 8. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure this is in my quadratic form. So I actually want to move my 8 over. I want it in that ax squared plus bx plus c form. So when we move that over, we'll have x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals 0. Well, remember, we're graphing in factored form, so we need to go ahead and factor this parabola. I'm going to have you pause the video and factor this parabola. So you can check your factoring. We'll end up with x plus 4 times x minus 2 equals 0. In other words, our equation that we're trying to graph is y equals x plus 4 times x minus 2. And we're just going to follow these steps in order to graph it. So first, does it open up or down? Well, we don't have an a value out front, so since we don't have an a value, we really have an invisible 1 being multiplied out there. So since 1 is positive, our graph is going to open up. For our x-intercepts are the same as zeros, roots, or solutions. So those are 4 terms. They all mean the same thing. So we've already practiced finding solutions, right? X-intercepts, if you think about it, that's the point where you have some x value, x, and y is 0. Right? That's what has to happen in order to be on the x-axis. So we've already spent some time looking at things like this right here, where we're trying to figure out, well, what x value, right? What x value would have this equation be equal to 0? So what are the solutions to this equation is basically what we're looking at. So in order to find these x-intercepts or solutions, we're going to use that same method, right? We set each of our factors equal to 0, and then we figure out, well, what x value would make that true? It looks like x could be -4, or when we solve x minus 2 equals 0, x could be +2. So our x-intercepts are -4, 0, or 2, 0, right? So I'm going to take a second to graph those. So our axis of symmetry, remember, that's the line that basically bisects or cuts our parabola in half. So there are 2 ways we can find it. The first way is to use our x-intercepts, -4 and 2. We can add them together and figure out what half of that is. So -4 plus 2 is -2. Well, -2 divided by 2, or half of -2, is -1. The other way to find our axis of symmetry is to look at our intercepts or our solutions and find halfway between them. So if we're looking, it looks like right here, this line is halfway between them. And if you notice, this line that I'm tracing or putting a dashed line over, that is the line where x is -1. Right? So it doesn't matter which way you use to find your axis of symmetry, you'll end up with the same answer. Your vertex is always going to be on your axis of symmetry. So since we know our axis of symmetry has an x value of -1, we already know part of our vertex. And if we know that the x value is -1, we can plug it into our equation in order to find our y value. Right, so we want to find y. So I'm just going to take my x value, -1, and plug it into that equation. And then I'm going to evaluate that. So I just plugged my x in, my -1 in for x. -1 plus 4 is 3. -1 minus 2 is -3. 3 times -3 is -9. So our vertex is the point -1, -9, and I'm going to graph that. Okay, well, now we're on to our table. So our table, we always want to have 5 points. Okay, 5 is our magic number. Well, we already have 3, right? We have 2 of our x-intercepts, and then we have our vertex. To find the other points, I'm just going to pick an x value. So right here, I picked the x value 0. I plugged it in to find y. You can pick anything you want. I picked 0, so I found the point 0, -8. You could pick -3. That's an x value we haven't used. You could pick 10. Okay, you could pick 100. It probably wouldn't fit on your graph, but again, these x values for your total of 5 points, you just pick an x value, use it to find y, and that's the point you can put on your graph. Then I'm going to put my points on my graph. So I put the point 0, -8 on my graph. Right here's x is 0, y is -8. Well, our parabolas are always going to be symmetrical. So if we cut them in half, each side is identical. Notice how on our x-axis, I've got a point 3 away from my axis of symmetry here. I've got a point 3 away from my axis of symmetry here. So since it has to be symmetrical, since I've got a point, right, 1 away on this line, I have to have a symmetrical point over here, 1 away on the other side of my axis of symmetry. We connect our dots, and this is our parabola. Okay? So again, when you're graphing a parabola, there are a lot of steps, but you will always have these prompts. So basically, if you figure out if it opens up or down, the x-intercepts, the axis of symmetry, the vertex, and you have your 5 points from your table, that's what will let you or help you graph your parabola. So we're just going to look at the one example today, a little bit of review. Remember, there are different names for those x-intercepts. We're just following those instructions or those steps to help us graph it. Watch the example a couple of times and figure out what makes sense and what do you need to ask questions on.